When the RHOP fans heard that there was going to be another Nigerian sister on the show, many became interested in season 8. I guess I wanted Wendy and Nneka to somehow make a connection and bring something different to the season, if not just put Giselle and her crew in their place. And I know Giselle wouldn't want that connection to happen. Two very intelligent Hebrew women and two intelligent black women that would be a force against Giselle, Robin, Ashley, and of course Mia. I'm just saying. So I was watching a video of Carlos King where he had a guest and they were discussing Nneka's versus Wendy's debacle. Because of all the nonsensical claims she could have made about Wendy, she accused Wendy's mother of practicing voodoo. And I was wondering about the reason for Nneka's dislike for Wendy and making those claims. I was also wondering why would Wendy's mother give Nneka a call about anything in the season. But when Ashley introduced Nneka to the other ladies at the housewarming, I thought I had figured it all out. Because Ashley really doesn't care for Wendy. And and that would be the perfect time for her to be messy with Wendy and deflect from her divorce that may or may not happen. And see, y'all, I don't care what Ashley said. She doesn't care for Wendy. Wendy forgot that Ashley's friend tried to accuse Happy Eddie of trying to approach her, and it went flat. So here's my thing. One, if Wendy's mother is practicing voodoo, that is not a subject that is openly made a cause against. And two, what Wendy mother eats doesn't make Wendy. In other words, what does Wendy has to do with what her mother does? If you were that concerned about Wendy or her mother or what they have done, I would have preferred you just have a one-on-one conversation with Wendy, with or without the camera. But here we go. Why Wendy's mother? That's the question I have. Yet and again, Bravo gives us this disappointing intro to Nneka, using another lady to deflect from Robin not revealing her reality last season. Nneka stopped doing Bravo's and Giselle's and her crew's dirty work. If they'll bully Wendy, they'll bully you. You have too much money and education for them. Some of that crew barely has one house, and you have four. Yeah, dear, you're next. Not to mention Ashley's animosity against Candace because her mother is able to, and willing to fund her marriage sale. And the problem they had with Monique and her many homes. Well, Nneka may be able to clean this up and move on from here later on in the season, but we will always be watching you, dear. Like Boss Lady Mia, we know how you play.
This is what I believe happened. When Nneka was auditioning for Potomac, she told the producers, allegedly, "Oh, I know Wendy. I know Wendy, and my husband actually knows Eddie. They went to the same school together." And then the producer said, "Oh my gosh, hey, Wendy, do you know Nneka?" "Who?" "Nneka so-and-so." "I mean, we met once or twice, but I don't know her like that." "Well, can you bring her in?" "No, I'm not bringing her in. I got somebody else I can bring in who I'm cool with." "Yes, Jasmine." Reaction. Wendy was probably like, "Nah, I don't know her like that to bring her in as my friend because I know how this show works. No, I'm not going to co-sign her." No. And then listen, I'm not going to say who said it. It got brought back to Nneka. "Well, Wendy says she don't know you like that." And that's how this beef started. Wendy probably went and told her sister, yeah, they're trying to have this girl come on the show with me. I don't know her like that. And then it became this big thing. That's what happened. That's what happened.
I am gooped and gagged because that holds up as a theory, and it would make sense because I was like, her beef with Wendy seems so intense. It seems really intense, and I'm like, there has to be something else that makes so much sense.
And the thing that should make sense to many of them and the viewers, just because you have seen someone or briefly met them in passing or somewhere before, that doesn't validate knowing them closely or even from a distance. Nneka knowing Wendy is so far removed. Her cousin knows Wendy's sister. It's just confusing. But all I know is that Carlos King has a point to why Nneka would have a problem with Wendy. And although he said allegedly and would not reveal his source, but I do believe that it had been told to Nneka that Wendy said, I don't know you. So is this season worth watching when the storylines are orchestrated by one person who has an influence to help bring on someone to just attack another person, Wendy? Meanwhile, their storyline, lackluster, or no longer exists. So if you don't like Wendy, instead of putting one person through all of this emotional strain for this TV show, when clearly this lady has a lot going for herself, and a lot of us are just interested in positive lifestyle and marriages. So go ahead and let her go. If you do that, you have to get rid of Giselle. She has no storyline. You have to get rid of Ashley, the most boring and most unlike housewife. And of course, Robin, who should have been gone because all of their lifestyles or their reality plays out on social media. So I presume that since Giselle doesn't like Wendy, they, meaning production, Bravo, brings in someone else that has issue with Wendy, or Ashley, who has no problem with fabricating a lie. And not to mention Wendy being professional. When you're recommending for someone for a job, that recommendation and that vouch for them is based on you knowing them personally. And if she does not know you, she does not know you. And like Carlos King said, besides, she probably have her own friends that she would like to have on the show with her. And Nneka has the rights to her unwarranted feelings about Wendy, that she did not vouch for her. But the way that she went about addressing it was very foul. So this makes me like her even less, because I again think that she should have had a one-on-one with Wendy on or off the cameras to address this situation. And she is a professional and could have made their relationship clear as where they would stand from here going forward. But she chose to go the mean girl way, which leads me to believe that that's just who she is. So y'all, Nneka has a set of skills that lawyers do attain, that they can be very, very contrived. So y'all tell me what you think about this story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye now.